Hello, but welcome back to the United Way for LA's Manchester United news and transfer rumours. Ten Hag will receive a new contract and we have an Ineos transfer plan and a couple of other transfer links with strikers. Who could we be selling? All that sorts of stuff. And you know what? Before we get stuck in, welcome everyone who is in the chat already. You're all a bunch of legends. So nice to come on here today, isn't it, though, and not have to worry about what's going to happen with Ten Hag anymore. We know what's happened with him. He's here. And, you know, honestly, I just love that we know what's going to happen with Erik Ten Hag. But how's things, Richard Powell? I see him in the chat already. Hope you're well. I appreciate you sharing our links around as well on your Twitter page. You're an absolute legend. So I really do appreciate that. Evening all. So yeah, good evening, everyone. Oh, why did I take that down quick? Evening all. Amel says he's going to send Sancho his U-Haul and goodbye card. I mean, you know what? I mean, look, I don't want Sancho to come back. I'm sure you don't as well, Amel, by that comment. I'm glad that he's not coming back to his club. And there's no chance of him coming back now with Ten Hag staying. Like, there's no chance. There was a chance if Ten Hag got sacked, but the fact that he's staying, Ten Hag is staying, then that goes to tell you that he won't be returning. And again, we're going to get a bit of money for him. Like, I know it probably sounds a bit greedy, doesn't it? But we're going to get a bit of money for him. And let's be blunt about it. We need a bit of money. You know, and we need a bit of money. It is needed. But again, anyone who hasn't liked the video, we're only 3 minutes in. But if you haven't, please do like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I really would appreciate that. And please share the video around if you can. I really would appreciate that. So if you can tweet it, share it around on your socials. Honestly, that would be much, much appreciated. And yeah, I really, really would appreciate that a lot. Richard says, liked legend Richard. We can always rely on the people that watch our streams. We can always rely on a bunch of legends. So Manchester United believe that they and Erik Ten Hag are very much aligned. Ten Hag will take a back seat when it comes to recruitment. Now, Erik Ten Hag could see his role at Manchester United changed to that of a head coach as part of the ongoing restructure of the club's hierarchy. So what do you think of that? Do we not mind Ten Hag sort of, you know, taking a back seat when it comes to the recruitment? Are people not mind that? Are people a bit wary about that? Would you prefer Ten Hag to have some sort of a say when it comes to buying and selling players? You know, would people think it's for the best that we don't have them involved as much? Because like, I know people can say, well, I wouldn't mind because, because you can look at some of the signings, but then, some signings have worked as well, so you never know. MS says, you want 1K. If we get it in the next 1 hour, Dino was doing a shoey, and that's a fact. No. Yes. What's a shoey? Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what, right? Like, I want people, it has to be something that I wouldn't mind doing. But what would people like me to do when we hit 1K? Because I know some people, when they hit 1K, do, like, not a forfeit, but like a shoe shot. No, I'm not doing a shoe shot. No, ew. But no, like, in all seriousness, like, what would people like me to do if we did, like, we'll eventually reach 1K? This is something I hate about YouTube sometimes, though. When you're getting close to that mark, you all of a sudden just hit a brick wall. It happened when we were on 890 subs. It hit a brick wall. But again, if we do reach 100 subs, we're well past that. 1,000 subs, please do give me a bet. A good bet, though. Not a shoe shot or, dyeing, or, not dyeing my hair, shaving my hair off, or getting a ridiculous tattoo. I'm alright, wrong gun. Yeah, thanks, Richard. Always there for Richard, legend. Yeah, look at me, it's just. You have to love it, though. You do have to love it. Which hopefully we can. Look, I'm confident we get to that 1K mark. We have Euro watch-alongs coming on Friday. Germany, Scotland. I'm sure we'll grow from that as well, and hopefully we have a few big guys on during the summer, all that sorts of stuff. Maybe we could get Jay Motti back on, the legend himself, because I'd love to get him back on. He's just a top bloke, if you ask me. But yeah, no, look, back to what we were discussing about Erik ten Hag. Obviously, Ineos don't really want them being in the transfer recruitment as much. I mean, it'd be interesting to see whether Ten Hag agrees with that. You never know. You never know whether Ten Hag agrees with that or not. It may come. Okay, link is posted on Twitter. Thanks, Richard. Top man. I do appreciate that. But like most people who have been commenting, have sort of been saying, yeah, I don't mind, maybe for the best that he's not involved in the recruitment as much, because then they're looking at Mount and Anthony and players like that, which I can see. I can see why. I can definitely see people when they do say that. But then, again, like, it's not really a lot, but you never know. Some people may be a bit wary when it comes to that sort of stuff. Some people, like most clubs, have managers involved. If a manager comes in and says, look, I want to sign this player from, I don't know, whatever club it is, they come along, they get that player, or they try and get that player, whereas Ten Hag will basically, they'll ask him, look, what positions would you like to be strengthened? And then he'd probably say, well, I'd like us to get a defender, a midfielder, and a striker, and a fullback if possible, please. And they'll go out and then they'll look for, possible player. They'll go out and look at players. Like we could look at, like, we have enough centre back targets. Todibo. You have Brantway, that Lenny Oro guy. Then you have Chalobah. Antonio Silva is someone I wouldn't mind, but again, Todibo would be my number one signing. I think we'll sign first anyways. I could be totally wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if we sign Todibo first. But again, like I said, it could be totally wrong. We could bring in Stevie Wonder from Benfica or something mad like that as well. Richard says, I don't think Erik ten Hag has to identify the players, but he should certainly have some input. Yeah, I do think he should have some input. I think the only sort of say you'll have when it comes to when they give him options. So centre backs, for example, they give him 3 options: Brantway, Todibo, and Lenny Oro. You can put in a Chalobah in there because Adebayo, who we were discussing a while ago, is going to Chelsea now, isn't he? So that's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but he's going to Chelsea now. So that's probably a bit good, because it could have been a decent free agent deal. We could have went in and got our hands all over. But we were too late, and weren't we? We were just a little too late when it came to that. Sort of players. So that basically be the only input we'll have. Like, that's literally the only input Erik ten Hag will have when it comes to the transfer market. But I do hope him and Ineos will have some sort of agreement. Like, you can't have him out of it totally. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't have Erik ten Hag out of it totally. Like, he's a manager at the end of the day. He's coming in to improve us, or trying to anyways. So let me just change something here. Actually, there we go. That's much better now. MUFC, Manchester United transfer news. Bit of that. Lovely stuff, right? So I had to change that. But look, hopefully, look. You never know with these rules. There are probably rules that are placed, but it's going to be very hard for any manager to stick with those rules, because they'll eventually get frustrated. So maybe, surely, if you wanted Todibo or whatever, or any player, surely he can recommend, look, I want this player because I think he can do this, this, and this, and this, and this, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll go out and scout him. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, look, I don't think Todibo is even playing with France in the Euros this year, this summer. So, again, it's not like we have to wait for him to return. Todibo's done playing football for the summer, because he's not going to be playing for France. He's not going to be playing for Nice. it's going to be a chill summer for him. So, you could sign him, get the medical done, get everything done before the end of this month. But again, it's Manchester United. We might not get it done until mid-July. Late. You hope by the end of this month we have at least one or two players in the bag. It's the 12th of June. There's still a bit of time to go. So you hope even this time next month we have a few players in, 2 or 3 the most, because you don't want to be signing players a week before the transfer window closes or a week before. Not many. I mean, when I say not many clubs signed, but we signed Amrabat, didn't we? I think we signed Amrabat in January though. I think it was January we signed Amrabat, so maybe that could be something there. So that was deadline. That was. Well, I think it was January. I think it was January. I know. I don't think it was actually. I think it was February. I not February. The end of the summer just gone actually. Yeah, I think it was near the end of the summer transfer window, and then Reguilon then left, because the reason how I copped on that it was the end of the summer transfer window because Reguilon left us in January. They'll go back to Tottenham and then go to Brentford and all that sorts of stuff. But yeah, so a bit more news from Simon Stone. He has said Erik ten Hag is known to be delighted at the outcome on Tuesday, although there have been suggestions he was getting irritated at the time taken from Manchester United to reach their conclusion. Talks between Man United and Erik ten Hag's agents are already underway and advanced with all parties and anticipating an agreement on new contract. That is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Erik ten Hag is likely to be offered a 2-year contract extension to his current deal. I mean, I'm buzzing that he's staying. When we arrived late last night, very late, 11 o'clock, something mad like that, because the news broke around 10:30, 11 or something mad like that. It's typical Manchester United. They come out with the big news that night, come out with it during the day. But anyways, that was that done. What do people think now? Are we sort of happy that he's staying? Because I mean, like Richard Lashkew, May, whoever else is watching, are you happy that Ten Hag is staying? Are you happy that he's going to be he's likely anyways to be offered a 2-year contract extension to his current deal? Or would you rather just keep him or would you rather just keep tabs, let him finish out the year, and then we go through this process again next summer of going through a review? Yeah, I mean, some people aren't happy. Some rival fans, they haven't got a fucking say when it comes to Manchester United. I couldn't care what they think about Ten Hag or any of our players or team. And the same way they do for us, but some people aren't happy. Most people are happy. Like, we see on Twitter, most people are buzzing. Instagram, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Most people are buzzing about the Erik ten Hag staying, because I think people are pissed off of this sacking a manager cycle. We bring in a manager, he stays for a year or two, then we sack him again. Where with Ten Hag, we're actually... There was times where I looked very close to we were going to sack him, I'll be honest. There was times where I think we all thought, well, he's gone, isn't it? It's going on for this long. We're talking to managers. Surely, he won't be here next season. He is, which is brilliant to think that he will be here come the new season. And now we can click into gear. We're in 4th gear for the last couple of weeks. Now we can go into 2nd gear. Now we can do that. I wouldn't even say we're in 4th gear. We're neutral, aren't we? Fucking hell. We had the handbrake up. You know what I mean? We just took our time, really, to move forward with this sort of deal, didn't we? So yeah, I do look forward to seeing what else happens. Jacob Steinberg ought to write an apology to. Jacob Steinberg can do one. That was just, to me, that sort of felt like, I'm just going to say this and hope for the best, because it's like Steinberg. Thing is, many people already went into that FA Cup final. Not many, but a few went into it saying, it's like many people, look, Manchester's not going to lose anyway. He's going to be sacked. And that win against City in the FA Cup final, I think that was one of the reasons why they're keeping him. I do. I think it's not a whole reason, but I think it's one of their reasons why we're keeping him. Like it was news last night that FA Cup final win made Ineos sort of cop on and realise that when there is a good solid play there, and when you have players back, we can click on. But yeah, no, Jacob Stoneberg, that was just sort of, look, Man United are going to lose anyways, aren't they? So let's just put it out there. He'd be sacked anyways. And even Di Marcio as well, actually, because he said something similar. Richard says he won't stay without a new contract. If we're going to keep him, we have to show we have confidence in him. That is very true, yeah. That is very, very true. But look, I'm happy that he's staying. But again, no excuses next season, though. Honestly, no excuses. If you haven't rushed this season, well, then there's no excuses. Unless you get hit with a big injury crisis again, well, then some would say, well, maybe we could have an excuse, but touch wood, we don't get that injury crisis again. Surely not. Surely not. And then we spoke yesterday that Dan Ashworth was looking at a yes man. We were like, what the fuck is going on? We're just, the news is just getting worse and worse and worse. We just want to cry a lot more than we are already. But yeah, it is interesting to see what else happens with this news. But yeah, an extra 2-year contract on his current deal. Let's see what happens there. But no excuses next season from anyone. Richard says he doesn't get a free pass, but I think he knows that. Well, hopefully he does. Hopefully he does sort of realise that you're never gonna get a lot of chances. This is probably, this is some would say, like, after that Newcastle game when we lost 4-0 was the final nail in the coffin, and so on and so forth. Yeah. But I just hope next season we finish top 4 and win a trophy. If we do that, even win a trophy or 2, honestly, I'd love that. Jason, May has said Jason Wilcox did a good job recommending Bruno as a false 9 for the final. It did. Is it a good thing that Jason Wilcox will sort of tell the manager what, give him a style of play, or are people still like, Ten Hag should play whatever style of play once we brought him in for a reason? Not giving him in to be whipped and told what to do. But yeah, that false 9 that false 9 sort of came in. That came in against Newcastle, didn't it? That false 9 came in against Newcastle when we beat them 3-2. Then we played it against Brighton and then Man City, and it worked out very, very well. It really, really did work out very well. And good thing it did in the end, obviously. Good thing it did in the end. But Bruno, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It did work. I'm not going to say it wasn't too bad, because at the end of the day, it worked. Like, it worked. So obviously something was right. House Things Punch Paint says we better sell some players and get some players in, or else Eric is a dead gaffer walking. And I hope the media ease up on him, because they've been disrespecting Ten Hag the most daily. Yeah, they have, yeah. But the thing is, though, I don't think the media will ease up on him, because, next season, like other teams, you're going to lose a few games, aren't you? And the media will be like, oh, was it a big mistake to keep Ten Hag? Ten Hag is, is a dead man walk, and all that sort of stuff. I don't think they will. The media, look, when it comes to Manchester United, like, you look at Kobamania, for example, last week, and he's playing for England in the against Iceland. Right, I know he's Manchester United player, but he's all of a sudden getting slated, but Declan Rice isn't. Tell me that. So when it comes to any Manchester United players or Manchester United in general, they love it. They love it. They can get typing. Keyboard warriors. That's what I say. Keyboard warriors. Keyboard warriors. But look, we do need to sell some players, and I hope we do, and we will get stuck into that actually in a couple of minutes. Richard says the false 9 worked. It did. Look, will we see it or not? Will we see it next season? Probably not, depending if we bring in a striker, because we can't rely on Bruno as a false 9 all the time. Maybe we could get away with it. You could do it against, like, the big teams if you really think you're not going to get a result and try, but you never know. But if anyone hasn't liked the video already and subscribed to the channel, I really would appreciate it if you could do so. It helps the channel out. We're not that far away from 1,000 subscribers, so if you could help us get to that mark, we'd really appreciate it. Maya is going to dye his hair pink. Punchpoint says, if we get the positions we need covered through transfers, we will surely expect to have Champions League football. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, positions: defense, midfield, striker. Some would say fullback. Something like that. But we do need to get positions covered, and we cannot rely on. We cannot delay. Is the word I should be saying. We can't delay this Ten Hag. There's not this Ten Hag. See, I'm so used to saying we cannot delay this Ten Hag scramble. But we do need to bring in players. We do need to bring in players quick. Like, this is it. Ten Hag is staying. We can look forward now. We have a clear path. So we do definitely need to bring in players and also sell players too. Because Ten Hag is finally staying, and we know he's staying, I can finally do a video on players like we could sell and bring in. So that's something I definitely want to do. Richard says the press has been attacking us as long as I remember, because we are the biggest club in the world and it sells papers. Yeah, exactly. What's it? Is it something like never ignored? Hated, adored, but never ignored, or something like that. Loved, adored, never. I don't know. Something like that. Something ridiculous like that. You know what I mean? But what happens now? Hopefully, before you know, Manchester United are back at the pinnacle. What are you going to do then? Oh no, we can't talk shit about Manchester United. What are we going to do? Like, look at Chelsea, for example. Right, they finished above us, but they're in the Conference League. We aren't. You know what I mean? Thanks, Richard. Loved, adored, but never ignored. That's exactly what we are. Hated, adored, never ignored. One or the other. They're both true. Touche. I had to get that in there. Is it loved, adored, but never ignored? I couldn't tell you. But one or the other, it fits the pack. Right, Richard says May is right. So yeah, we'll go with that. We're hated, adored, but we're never ignored. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? You know what I say? Fuck what the media think. Fuck them. I couldn't care. Honestly, I couldn't care less what the media think. I honestly, I couldn't care what the media think. Because as far as I see, they're grown men who are little 10-year-olds behind a keyboard, saying, "Oh my God, Manchester United lost the match today. Bruno misplaced the pass." Like, even when we win games, if one player, like if a Bruno plays bad or a Rashford plays bad or whatever, that's it. They never look at Manchester United won today. Bruno played crap. Like, honestly, the media can get. I know for you have to give it to Ten Hag. He bans some of them from the attending his press conference, because even he's getting pissed off. So, fuck what the media think. Pricks. The mayor says if you get 1K before the month end, Dino is gonna need a whole pint of Guinness in one go. Yeah, right. And the mate is gonna dance for us. I don't like Guinness. I don't. Sorry, I don't. Don't hate me, Richard. I'm sure you're a fan of Guinness, but me. Yeah, Emma's going to do a dance for us. It's going to have like a mohawk and all that sort of stuff. Sure. Yeah, you have to love the band. You have to love the band, don't you? Really? Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Guinness. I know. Call me a bit of a bitch. It is what it is. It is what it is. Right, what can I do here now? So Manchester United officials met face to face with Ten Hag to tell him he would be staying. Meeting described as very positive. Talks over contract extension will continue with plenty to discuss. We can move on. Actually, we can move on. Let's go down. Richard says if you get 1,000 before the weekend, I'll drink 10 points of Guinness, so won't go. Whoa, but that's nothing to you, Richard. Though that's just nothing to you. That's nothing to you. That's just Guinness. Drinking Guinness to you is just like drinking a bottle of water. 10 points, Jesus, Richard, don't do that, chat. Yeah, do it. You love it. You're an Irishman, aren't you? Isn't that like your quintessential? Isn't that like yeah? That is the main thing. People, I have drank Guinness before, but I wouldn't be me go-to. Like, I wouldn't be me go-to sort of drink. But like other people, other Irish people aren't really a fan of Guinness either. So my granddad, who fortunately is no longer with us, he loved Guinness. Like he loved Guinness, and he lived to what 82. So I mean, Guinness. I don't know. I think it was 83, 84 actually. So yeah. I mean, I think the Guinness kept him going. that was strong. That. So yeah. Punchman says it felt good to laugh at all the Ten Hag out was yesterday, not going to lie. Yeah, I love it. When you see people, you see Ten Hag out was crying. Ten Hag is staying, but we're gonna regret it. Fuck off. Like honestly, just move on. You have to move on. It is, mate. You can. Oh God, I'm getting slated. Yeah, yeah. Some people are into Guinness, but not your boy. Like I said, I have drank it before, but like I wouldn't be me go-to. Like I mean, there's other drinks that I drink, but it wouldn't be me go-to. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't be me go-to, as well. But yeah, how do we get talking about drinking? Save this for the Euros watch-alongs. That's what we'll do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, so Eric Ten Hag's willingness to accept Jason Wilcox's tactical suggestion that he used Bruno Fernandes as a false sign in the FA Cup final was a key factor in the Dutchman being retained as a manager. Punchboy says if I'm drinking Guinness, it's extra stew, 5.6. Jesus. Bit of stew. Do you know what the one? As you look at Guinness, I'm like, yeah, give me a bit of that though. Give me a bit of that. Give me a bit of that. But then if I took a sip of it, I'll probably like fuck talking out much I've seen. Let's talk about drink. But yeah, yeah. But you know what you can't beat though? Having a nice alcohol beverage, cold, like I mean ice cold in warm weather. Oh, I tell you what. It's a slow Wednesday. When the objective today is to sidetrack everything. You're doing a good job of it. You're doing a good job of it. But yeah, no, like I look, but yeah, I mean, let's get back to we're train and we're off the tracks. We need to get the train back on track. To see this sort of talk though. I want to see this sort of talk when we do the World Cup watch-alongs, the Euros watch-alongs. I want to see that. I want to see this sort of conversations when we do the Euros watch-alongs because I can do that. Richard says, nothing like 10 points of heavily in the heat. What would be your favourite drink? To anyone watching, what's your favourite alcoholic beverage? Use a bit of a posh one. What would be your favourite alcohol? Like, what would be, like, if you went into a pub or an off license or whatever, where would you go first? If anyone says the fridge, I'm gonna, these are gone. You know what I mean? May says, unfortunately, I'm going to the mountains during the Euros, so I'll be missing till the 27th. Nice. Nice. Punchman says, the United player in tournament who makes me the most nervous right now is Leach. Let's pray he doesn't get injured and cop it. Yeah. That's in your country, isn't it? Punch Paint, the Cup America in America. I think you're American. I don't remember you telling me you're American. Um. So yeah, but that'll definitely that. I mean, yeah, he does, but like, some of our players, when they do go, you are a bit nervous because like one stud to the ankle, or you know, poor balance, or harsh challenge or whatever, it could leave you out for a while. And if Felicia gets injured again, then we need to sign two centre backs. Emma says, we'll go to drink G&T nowadays. Richard says, heavily Heineken, Guinness, Stella. Nice. Richard says, Licha, Dallo, and Bruno all make me nervous. Yeah, because that's obviously like mainly with England, Bruno, Dallo, with Portugal, Garnacho with Argentina, Licha with Argentina, who else is there over? Who else is there? Yeah, is that Luke Shaw? Yeah, geez, how could I forget Luke Shaw? Yeah, I mean, hopefully Southgate doesn't rush him back. Like England have enough. They have enough players there that they could bring up. If they really wanted to play instead of Luke Shaw. But knowing Southgate, he'll have him playing on Sunday. It is what it is. Oh shit, I forgot to read a message comment there. Sorry, I'm not too worried about Licha. Scaloni seems to prefer Romero over Licha, so I'll be having limited game time, I think. Well, I was watching them play Ecuador the other day, and it was Romero and Licha playing alongside each other, so maybe that's what El Scaloni will will have. That maybe that'll be his two centre backs for the Copa America. And Licha scored a good goal as well, good save from the keeper. But yeah, big eyes on Shaw, definitely. Like I'll probably I'll try and watch all the Manchester United players play. There aren't really many Manchester United players though playing. Obviously, I've Scott McTominay playing with Scotland now. I can't forget that one. Obviously, Varane doesn't play international football, but it doesn't really matter if Varane plays international football because he's gone now, isn't he? Ericsson, Rasmus. Like, there are a few players who you do worry about. Like, you may not be injury prone, but honestly, the Euros, it's not like you have a week break. You're playing, 3 or 4. You could have a game on a Sunday, then you'd be playing on a Wednesday or something like that. Punch Paint said, Richard says, which is what we need under the left back. Yeah, we do. Most definitely. Can't rely on Malacia. No. May says he plays Otamendi and Romero on the main comps. That centre back, that's not really strong. I got Otamendi, like Jesus Christ. I thought it would have Licha and Romero, but look, hey, the way I see it is the less Manchester United players that play in the tournaments, the better. Right, I want them to get game time, but you know what I mean. Wonder if we see Garnacho get game time with Argentina too. He didn't play the other night. It was just shit. Like, get Garnacho on that pitch because Di Maria and Alvarez and Messi, like fucking Messi, he's fucking shit. Ronaldo's gold. Emma says Scotland, Denmark, England, Portugal have United players. So Scotland, Iron Brew, Scott McTominay, Denmark, Christian Eriksen, and the madman Rasmus. England, Shaw, Mainu, Portugal, Bruno, Dallo. Argentina alone has United players in Copa. Just Argentina, yeah. So that's Garnacho and Licha. So that's McTominay, Ericsson, Rasmus, Mainu, Shaw, Bruno, Dallo, Licha, Garnacho. That's 8 players. Who are playing. 8 Manchester United players who are playing in their respective European competitions. this summer. Oh, I tell you what though, I love the Euros. So like, I hope we get good weather. Hope the watch alongs do well. Hope everything does well because I'm looking for. I am looking to the no, Northern Ireland aren't in the Euros. No. Yeah, so they're not in it. I don't think they are. Anyways, no, they're not. They're not actually. Yeah. Sweden didn't qualify, so Lindelof ain't going. No, Lindelof either going. No, that's an interesting one as well. Actually, that's definitely an interesting one. Well, interesting. Well, Lindelof, yeah, another good thing. He picks up anonymous injuries. Yeah, like there's a few. And then there's obviously AFCON. Yeah, no Ahmad. Yeah, so Ahmad and Onan are fine. And Amrabat if we're going to keep him. So yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like there's a few players who like I said, like when the preseason comes, like when you look at our team, like come preseason, like the preseason games, like you'll have Maguire, you'll have Rashford, you'll have you'll have Amrabat if we keep him. Obviously, no disrespect, but you'd imagine Scotland to be back. Scotland won't make it far, so then you might have McTominay back. You could have Rasmus and Eriksson back. You could have a few players back for pre-season when the pre-season games. You might not have them for like. Then you may not like you may use them in. That's pretty much all our international players. It's not a lot, but like I'd say players, and then there's a few who obviously these teams didn't qualify or just didn't get picked. Which is weird because Rashford and Rasmus always seems to be in that England setup. Richard says Northern Ireland didn't qualify, so at least Johnny and Harry can start this season. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hopefully we have Todibo in then or some sort of centre back. We have Lindelof as well, actually. So, Wan-Bissaka. Malacia, if he's gonna, turn up for the match for once of his life. I forgot we had Malacia until the FA Cup final when the teams were going to lift the trophies, and Bruno was behind. Luke Shaw was behind Malacia, and I was Luke Shaw, and then I thought, who the hell is your man? I was like, it's fucking Malacia. I forgot we had him. I forgot he was a Manchester United player. Who's Malacia? Who's he? They're going all out to get Taribo. Oh, look, I'll say it here, I'll say it now. I'm very confident he'll be our first signing. If they don't get him, if you don't get any centre back, I have a lot of questions. I really, really do. But yeah, again, Manchester United's budget actually is around £50 million this summer. Any additional funds will have to come from player sales. So 50 mil. Who's the marquee signing going to be, Todibo or Neves? See, the Neves price is huge. So with the £50 million budget with additional funds, so that could be Greenwood, that could be Sancho, that could be Casemiro, that could be Maguire, whoever. But if we were to get Neves, well, then they beat him. But if we don't, you never know. Like, I wouldn't even say. Like, would you say Todibo would even be a marquee sign? Like a marquee sign is like a big signing. Like he would have been a marquee signing last summer. Probably Rasmus because we spent a lot on him. We spent more than Rasmus said we did on Mount. He would have been a marquee signing the year before that. You look at if we're talking price, Anthony. But then if you don't want to talk price, Leach, couldn't tell you. Neves would be the marquee, says Richard. Here's some rumours about Dele. I don't know. Like I like Dele when he played for Ajax, but then like Bayern, is he like injury prone, something like that. Richard says he will take that. Sorry. Ahmed says Bayern are well in the short tour. Think they may want to sell one of their centre backs. I remember we wanted Kim and Jay last summer, and then he just isn't really all that. Honestly, I don't rate Kim and Jay. I did, but then again, you never know about. But then I can say back about Kim and Jay. Well, typical media, one bad game and he's fucking shit. So, but I would have liked him. I don't know why we didn't sign him though. Emma says Kim delete yes plays at a reasonable price. I don't think we'll get to. That's only one season that it was injured. Yeah. Well, again, you never know. You never know, Richard Pod. You never know who we could bring in. I don't think we will, but again, you never know. Like Manchester United can come up with all tricks and bumps in the road. They love a good trick. They love a good surprise. Look, I'd imagine his name is obviously going to be in the mix, but I don't think we'll get him. I just don't think we'll get him. But you never know. You never know. You just never know when it comes to and it depends how desperate we get. Gamer says Cam or delete. You see, I do like delete. Like most of the season, it's been like for Bayern, it's been Dyer and Kim and Jay. But I'd probably say Kim and Jay. But then delete. Yeah, no, Kim and Jay. Richard says, I was hoping we could get 40 mil plus Brown for Greenwood from Juventus. Yeah, I mean, again, like Di Marzio, again, he did say Ten Hag be sacked after the FA Cup final, and he wasn't, but he also has come out and said, let me change this around actually. I'll take it down in a few, but he also said Juventus expect to sell Mason Greenwood in the next coming weeks. Manchester United's asking price is £42 million, but Juventus's forced offer is at £25 million plus bonuses. So again, I don't. I mean, you never know. Like, I wouldn't mind a swap deal. I wouldn't mind a swap deal, because we can use that. Like, we can use the Greenwood to, if you're looking for, like, could we not even try? Like, I'm just saying, João Neves, for example, right? I know Benfica, obviously they're not interested, but could you just say, look, we'll give you this amount, but we'll also give you Greenwood. What are you saying? A player swap, it's there. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Richard says Cam. Richard says the thing is the baggage he has here, he just doesn't have in Europe. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Exactly how it is, Richard. That's it. That's the thing. Yep. Amaya says he thinks Benfica would be interested in 50 million plus Greenwood for Neves. Yeah. I mean, like again, like I guess I'm saying, like it could be worth it. It honestly could be worth a shot. It could be worth a shot, but you just get a feeling that Manchester United get nervous when it comes to this sort of things, isn't it? Like, we should try. Look, listen, we're interested in João Neves. If we give you Greenwood plus 40, 50 mil, what are you saying? Put it in. I'd love if we could do that. I'd love if we could do that. I would love if we could do that. But yeah, let me go back. I would take that deal to get Neves, says Richard. Yeah, I'd same. Mez says he absolutely robbed us for Fernandez. Cut us a discount, you prats. Yeah. You want about Enzo? Chelsea got robbed. That's Chelsea. they're just shit, aren't they? To be honest, they're just not all that. Shit. Fernandez is worth a lot more. I'm just looking at that in my comment. Yeah. But he's been shit since he's went to Chelsea, though, hasn't he? Enzo Fernandez, he has been shit. But then another winger, Eric Ten Hag is expected to ask Manchester United to sell Jadon Sancho this summer. So that could be Sancho, Greenwood. Bye. Adios, as Vida saying, all that sorts of stuff. That's if you get 40 mils, just say 40 mil for Greenwood and probably 40 mil for Sancho. That's 80 million pounds. So if we have 50 million, if the budget is 50 million, that's, if I'm not stupid enough, that's 130 million then. That's 50 million. So then, yeah, that's 130 mil there. That's 130 million just gone like that. Alvaro Fernandez, yeah. How could I forget? Thanks for that, Richard. Actually, need a bit of clarification. Yeah, I mean, why did we let him go though? Like, honestly, I in games he's played in, Alvaro Fernandez, he's looked like he could be a good. Obviously, when he played for us, he's gonna be a good fullback for us. But why did we let him go? Like, we let him go. 6 million. I tell you what, I want him back. I want a refund. I want a refund. Can't get a refund if you sell something, though, can you? No, you can't. We'll go back and rob him. I tell you what. Dear Greenwood now give us Alvaro Fernandez. I know, Joe, they would go over, give the Benfica owners a couple of slaps, manager, and then bring back Alvaro Fernandez. Mez says, sell Sancho to Brentford, add a little Bornal for Borussia Dortmund for playing silly beggars. Yeah, they're clowns, aren't they? About Sancho. Remember the tweet you put up about him? Yeah. If they played him as a Champions League final against Real Madrid, maybe they would have won. But look, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? We live in a shoe. Yeah. Look, we've gotten robbed. We have gotten robbed. But Alvaro Fernandez should have never let him go out on loan, and then we should have never have sold him. Because I guarantee, if he still played for us the season gone, we would have played him. He would have gotten a lot more game time. He would have gotten game time he wanted. But then maybe just like Amari Forson and Zidane Iqbal and players like that who've left us, maybe they just want to get more game time. That's probably what it was with Alvaro Fernandez too, which was a bit of a shame that we let him go. But yeah, it's just it can be a bit frustrating every now and again. To be brutally honest with you, but look, you never know. You just never know what more could happen. You really don't. But you do hope that, again, you say that, but then, like, yeah, I don't know why we let him go. Like, surely we can do some sort of deal there. Look, we want Juan Neves, you took Alvaro Fernandez, you robbed us. Surely we can get him for a little more cheaper than 2,000. 2,000? Geez, that'd be great. Like, how much do you want from 100 million for Juan Neves? Something mad like that? Like, 19 years of age. Good midfield, don't get me wrong, but 100 mil? And how many years? Owner's done in prison? Because he's robbing us blind. Twice. Yeah, get fucked. Yeah. Which is what it is, and it is what it is. But look, this has been a good show. I enjoyed this show. We talk about everything. We talk about news, drink, players, all that sort of stuff. I really did enjoy that. What day is tomorrow? Thursday. Ooh, getting close to the Euros. 2 days away now. I cannot wait. Like I said, we'll have the first watch on Friday here in the United Way, Germany, Scotland. I'm looking forward to it. Today's show was a bit later than always because it was later than usual because it was out. So I do apologise for that. Usually it's at around 3-4 bells. So I do appreciate that. But look, I hope everyone can join us tomorrow for another show. I look forward to all the shows. But Friday, Euro watch alongs, the first one. Let's get there. Let's get the 1K. I'll speak to you, pal. Legends as always. Punch Paint, Richard. Anyone else who's watching, we're not that far away from 1,000, so hope we will get there. I'm confident we'll get there. But look, let's hope we can get bigger and better. And again, I'm actually looking forward to Friday and I am more tomorrow because the Euro watch along we can talk about anything. Don't talk about just we can talk about anything. So hopefully people can join us for the watch alongs come Friday. And if you haven't liked the video, please do. And same with subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate if you could do so. Share our channel around. You can get a link to our channel as well. So I really appreciate if people could share it around, all that sort of stuff, just to help us grow. And look, all a bunch of legends. Appreciate our company. I'll speak to you on the next one. Thanks for watching.